Okay, dear students, today we are going to talk about the reading tips and tricks. And in IELTS reading, you need different tips and strategies. But the first thing is that only the tips and strategies can't pay you more. You will have to make yourself familiar with the reading skills and the reading habit as well. Okay, daily try to read 1 to 2 hours, and that will give you a practice of reading, and that will give you some new vocabulary and the knowledge about the reading skills. If you will do that, then you will get the good bands in the reading. Especially, I have seen lots of students that we are learning about the 4 skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. And mostly students face lots of problems in reading, especially in the time management and sometimes about the specific questions of the reading. So we have to manage ourselves according to the different strategies, and we have to manage different types of questions so that we may not face any problem in our real test. So if we talk about the overall exam format, you can say that you will get 40 questions and 60 minutes consist of 3 long passages. You need to answer 30 questions out of 40 correctly in order to get a 7 bands. So this is just an idea that if you want to get good bands, you have to do this. And but we will attempt all the 40 questions, and we hope that we will be successful in solving all the questions correctly. So if we talk about the different question types in the reading test, IELTS reading test, in IELTS academic and IELTS general training, both are the same types of questions. There is only one difference, that is level of difficulty. In IELTS general training, sometimes the passages are very short, and in the IELTS academic, the passages are very long. And if we talk about different types of questions, you can see here that there are 11 types of questions. The first is matching heading. In matching heading, we have to manage the skimming technique, and we will read paragraphs, first line and last 2 lines first, and then try to find the best suitable heading for the question. Matching information, this question is mostly about the different parts of the sentences, half sentences written in the question, and remaining half we have to match by reading the passage. And matching features, sometimes you have to match the different features and manage them in the questions by reading the passage. Match sentence ending. So I have already mentioned that you have to match ending of the sentence with the start of the sentence, and this is again inviting your skimming skill. Multiple choice question, multiple choice, or choose 2 letters or 5 letters. So this is multiple choice question type, and we are going to learn about them one by one in this lecture. Plan, map, diagram, labeling. So there may be the question of labeling those plans, maps, diagrams, diagram labeling. So there will be diagrams of different types. There may be process diagram, there may be plan, there may be map. So you will have to manage it. Sentence completion means if there will be some sentences that are not completed, you have to complete them. Summary, form, table, flow chart completion. So this is another type of question. Short answer question, true, false, not given questions, and yes, no, not given questions. So we will cover this lecture in 2 online lectures, inshallah, and you will learn each and everything about all these 11 types of questions. When you will be able to manage all the technicalities, that how to solve these 11 types of questions, you will be able to get good score, but you have to improve your daily reading activity as well. In this way, your nerves and your mental mechanism will be capable to perform in a good way on your exam day. Time management. This is very important strategy in your IELTS test, because IELTS reading test demands you to manage the time. The main strategies for IELTS exam is time management. So learners should have practiced the speed reading and go directly to the questions first and then to the text. There is no time to waste. Many references suggest to allocate 17 minutes to passage. 1, 18 minutes to passage 2, and 25 minutes to passage 3, which is considered to be more difficult. So you try to give at least 1 minute around every question, and it will take your around about, if you will give 1.5 minute, or maybe you should save 10 minutes for you to shift the answers on the answer sheet. But there is another suggestion that you can shift the answers. As you will do, you don't write your answers on the question booklet, you directly write the answers on the answer sheet. So what you will get from there, you will get extra 10 minutes, because you have to shift the answers in the same 1 hour you will get for the reading test. So that will give you extra 10 minutes if you will shift the answers directly on the answer sheet. Have you got the idea, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Again, here you can see the skimming and scanning skill. So this is very important. Skimming and scanning skills in IELTS exam, it is important to identify the location of the question in the text, which can be done by scanning and matching the keywords of the question with the synonyms or the paraphrase sentences in the text, and then analyze and decide what the answer is. It is called intensive reading, reading slowly and looking for details. Skimming, on the other side, is fast reading, trying to find what information are in that part of the text and to understand the main or the general idea behind the paragraph without paying attention to words you don't know, and it is called extensive reading. It can be used for match headings and match information question types. However, most of the question types in IELTS reading require the combination of both intensive and extensive reading skills. If you have highlighted all the keywords while skimming the text, you will be able to scan it more quickly. So skimming and scanning, both skills are very important. You have to do the questions with these two skills. If you will utilize these two skills, ultimately you will be able to solve the question more accurately and with more short time. That is very important, time management. Paragraph structures. Getting familiar with the paragraph structure is another key strategy to understand the whole idea of that paragraph quickly, and thus about that information will come in the paragraph next, and what would be the supporting sentences. So in this case, skimming skill can be simply regarded as reading topic sentence, which is the first sentence of the paragraph. So if you will read the first sentence, you will come to know about each and everything in paragraph. Chunk reading, another generally strategy, is to read phrases, not words. It is called chunk by chunk reading and helps increase your reading speed. So chunk reading is that, for example, when you are reading and you will be reading some phrases and for some bold word and these types of things. So this will give you a quick overview of the whole text if you will try to use this skill as well. Okay, here you can see in the picture, so this is the topic sentence. If you will read it, you will come to know what is the paragraph about. Okay, and there may be some bold words. You will read them quickly and you will come to know about this. So this technique can be used for match heading question, where you need to get the general idea of each paragraph quickly and choose a title for them. Type of question that requires scanning or intensive reading. So there are different types of questions. Mostly you have to use the scanning for mostly questions, because in true false, in MCQs and in fill in the blanks questions, mostly just the matching heading and the matching sentences needs the skimming technique. Mostly questions need the scanning skill. Often they are completion tasks where you have a gap or a blank to fill, summary and flowchart completion, or you have to answer short question and even true false or yes no not given. Most of the time these types of questions are in the order in the text. So this is very important that the answers are in chronological order. If you will find one answer at the top of the page in the paragraph, and then onwards you will get the further answers. This will also give you some speed answers, and you will be able to solve the test very quickly. So gap fill questions, there are method. Don't read the passage first, just read the title. go to the first question and underline keywords in the question. So underlining keywords means that you will come to know what to find from that question. Okay. So keywords mean like the population of USA in 2010 was. Okay. So population, USA, 2001. These are your keywords. You will keep them in your mind and you will come to the passage and scan the passage with these three words. As you find these words in the passage, read and then find your answer. Have you got the idea, students?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Okay. And search for location of those keywords in the passage. Read the part of the text carefully and intensively. Okay. When you will find the correct place, then you will have to be more focused because there are the traps. Okay. You will have to understand what are the traps and avoid those traps. Then you will be able to find the correct answer. Otherwise, you can be detract or you may be misjudge. You may misjudge the accurate answer. Match the keywords and find the answers. Pay attention to the rubric of the question for how many words you should write in the blank. Keep in mind that sometimes there is a compulsion that only one word, only two words. So if there is compulsion of one word and you write two words, so your answer will be wrong. Even it will be right, it will be wrong because the compulsion is one word only. Write exactly the word written in the text and don't change them. Pay attention to spelling as well. When it comes to summary completion, picking from a box, it is much harder and you should think of synonyms of the words. Okay. So keep in mind that there is sometimes a fill in the blanks question and you have the word list below that question. So you will go to the passage, find the accurate word, and then from the list of words, you will see the synonyms and then you will write your answer. So the positive way in which local communities have responded to tourism. So this is the type of the question and that shows that how you will move towards the passage, you will find the keywords and then you will read it, find the keyword, then you will read it in detail and ultimately you will find the answer and you will put the answer in the blanks. True, false, not given. Method, technique is the same as for gap fill question. Find keywords in the question and match them with the counterparts in the text. Read carefully and decide the statement is true or completely the opposite for false. The only point is that even in not given option, there are some information about keywords in the text, but the exact concept of the sentence is not mentioned. So it can be challenging and you should understand the meaning of target sentence. Don't use your own knowledge or way of thinking for answering questions. So this is very important that if there is a statement written and you think it's about your own wisdom and ideas and knowledge, no. So you should follow the text. The text is the only way to judge whether it is true or false or not given. If the information contradicts, it is false. If the information agrees with the statement, that it is true. And if there is no mention of the information, then it is not given. Questions are in the order of the text. Keep in mind, when you will find the question number 13 here, so you will find 14 here, 15 here is in the same chronological order. Questions are in the order of the text. Pay attention to meaning of verb and the function they carry. So this is very important. When you read the text, you must understand what is the message of the writer in reading. So this is the example of the question type of the true, false, and not given. So if the information is if the statement agrees with the information, it is true. If the statement contradicts the information, it is false. If there is no information on this, that is not given. Okay. So this is very important that you must learn each type of question. So yes, no, not given methods, techniques using there is the same as for true, false, not given, but it is trickier because true false is about facts mentioned in the text, but yes no is about writer's view. Test takers should comprehend the meaning of sentence completely and reach to a most masterfully understanding and deduce the writer's view or orientation about the topic. Pay attention to conjunctions between the sentences and grammar structure. So when you will be checking the writer's opinion and view, so you should keep in mind these tips and tricks. How to approach the task? So about the true false are not given. So here you can see, read each statement carefully, reading, noting the keywords and phrases, and think carefully about what they mean. Skim through the articles to see whether you can find the keywords in the first statement or a paragraph of them. Read around this part of the passage and decide whether there is a similar idea to the one in the question. Okay, if there is nothing similar, take some time to decide whether the answer is no, not given. There is very minute difference, no and not given, so you should be focused on this. Look at the first question. The key words are nowadays word restrictions and other artists. The statement is a paraphrase of the last sentence in the first paragraph and the part of the first sentence in the next paragraph. Actually, it is mentioned that how you will approach the yes, no, not given questions, and you will read the questions first, underline the keywords here, and keep in mind these keywords, and then move towards the passage, and then try to solve that questions. So types of questions that require skimming or extensive reading. These types of questions are matching heading and matching information. Note these type of questions are not in order of the text. Okay, so matching heading, there is actually no need of the order of the text because these are about the whole paragraphs. And matching information, you will, when you will find the matching information, you have to move towards different paragraphs to match the information. Yes, so now Nimra, try to read this matching heading method.
Read the title of the passage and guess what it can be about. Second, go to the list of heading first. Underline the keywords and extract gist of each heading by note or in your mind. Start with the shortest paragraph in the passage. Read the first sentence or topic sentence of that paragraph to get the main idea. If you got the main idea and found the answer, so lucky. Otherwise, keep skimming the whole paragraph to the end to find the answer. Write the correct Roman numbers in front of letters.
So in front of letters means that in the question booklet, there are the names of the paragraphs, paragraph A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and the list of headings are having Roman numbers. So you will just write Roman number in front of each paragraph, okay? And in your answer sheet, you will
Yes, sir.
just mention the Roman number in your answer sheet. You may find similar headings for one paragraph, so you need to pay attention to details. Two of headings are extra and not needed. Okay, so if there are 5 paragraphs, there will be headings will be 7. Okay, don't spend more than 10 minutes on this type of question. So you shouldn't spend more than 10 minutes or maybe 8 minutes on such questions, because if you will give more time to one type of question, there will be problem in time management of the whole test. Okay, so if we see here, you can see the example here. This is the list of headings. Okay, as you can see that there are the Roman counting here 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there are the paragraphs, paragraph A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and this is the counting 1, 2, 3. This is the question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and this is the paragraph. Okay, so you can see that first you will read the first 2 lines of the paragraph, then come towards the heading, list of headings, and you have already underlined the keywords in the heading. Try to understand what is the heading about. If there are the 2 to 3 parts of the headings, okay, underline these 3 parts, and when you will come here and you judge all the 3 parts are matching with the information and telling all thing about the paragraph, then move towards next, and this is not negating. By negating, you will be able to manage the heading, and you will say that this is the heading of this paragraph. Or maybe you may think about two. There will be some complication, this one and this one. So what will you do? You will read first 2 lines again and last 2 lines again, and then come and decide between these 2 options. Okay, have you got the idea now what I have said?
Okay, sir.
Good.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Okay, matching information method. Yes, Muntazir, now read it. This type of questions
And
are.
this type of questions are claimed to be one of the most difficult and time-consuming ones because sometimes it requires skimming and reading of whole passage carefully. Method: find and highlight keywords in each statement. Start with easiest statement or information that you can remember its location in the text. Read that part of the text and match keyword. If statement is correct, so this paragraph contains the target information. Let this type of question last. Start with the easiest or shortest paragraph. You may use one letter twice. One paragraph might contain none of information and only waste your time. They are not in the order. If a question was very hard and you are losing time, leave it.
Okay, so this is very important. The last question, that if you are unable to do any one of the questions, so do it at the end. Okay, leave it, but do it at the end as well. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
this is some pictorial information that is going to guide you about how to approach the matching heading question. So this is the first. Uh, these are the first 2 or 3 lines of the paragraph, and then in the end lines and the ending lines are telling whatever you want to find. So the first 2 lines and last 2 lines are the best way to find the answers. Okay. Okay. Now we shall complete this lecture by tomorrow. Inshallah Ta'ala, the viewers who are watching our lecture on the video, it is for them that in the next video you will come to know about the further tips and tricks of reading test. And I hope you have got a lot of new things from today's lecture, and you will apply these tips and tricks on the next reading test, and you will share your score with me as well. And tomorrow, inshallah, I will tell you the further lecture about this. Okay, students?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Allah Hafiz, take care.
Sir, what is the physical class timing today?